He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Surely He saves me from the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. Truth shall be your shield and buckler.
Good evening. Good evening. Where are we? Let me see. Okay, I think everyone is muted. I'm just going to unmute everybody. Let's just say good evening. Welcome to the session tonight.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
sir.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
I see my very see this book that they are reading.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Abolaji. Good evening, Matilda. Even though Oyara is on, I've seen her here, but good evening. You're welcome. Okay. All right. That would still much of our time because we intend to stick to the schedule tonight. Bolaji, are you on the call? Where are you? Hello, Bolaji. Bolaji, are you here?
Bolaji is on the call.
What's wrong? Can everybody hear me? Bolaji is here. Bolaji.
So I'm here.
Where is your brother?
I don't know. I'm upstairs. He's downstairs. So I don't know.
Okay, he's back on. All right, Bolaji, give us the opening prayer.
In Jesus' name,
Amen.
Amen.
we appreciate you for your grace and your strength throughout today. We appreciate you for all that you have done for us. So thank you for your love, for your mercy. We pray that may your name be highly exalted in Jesus' name. Mercy Jehovah, we commit this graduation into your hands. The Lord, as we start, Lord, we start in your grace, we start in your peace, we start in your love. Lord, as we end into strength and into a better life in Jesus' name. We pray that you just continue to have your way within us and you grow more and more in and within us in Jesus' name. And may your name be highly exalted in Jesus' name. For in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bolaji. Guys, some of you that are in a noisy environment, I'll need you to mute your microphones. Isaac, you're muted. Okay. So what's going to happen is, while the session is on, if you have anything, you need to raise your hand. Okay, not the way I'm doing it. There's a way to raise your digital hand. Go somewhere down there on the panel where you have more, click on it and raise your digital hand so that I will know that you want to speak. For the sake of noise management, I've muted everybody so that only those who are supposed to speak will be able to talk. All right, I can see everyone whose video is turned on. Kelly, Uchuku, Ayo, Hurricane, Shamaka, the videos are turned off. Chrissy,
Daddy, how many?
Guys, your videos are not
How many? How many minutes to get to the bridge? Daddy? 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And why are you sad?
I'm not sad.
Why are you doing that? Dad, are you happy to see somebody?
I don't even think Chandler is on this team. Eh? It's so sad. Oh,
okay.
I don't
Can
even think
everybody hear me now?
Chandler is on this team.
Can everybody hear me now? We seem to be having a network issue. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
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 All right.
Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
To favor him.
Okay, let's continue now. I'm going to, in a moment, hand over to Uncle Joshua to do the opening remarks for less than 3 minutes. And what I was saying before the network kind of went off is that we are going to be taking screenshots at different points on the call, and that's why your video needs to be turned on. And then if you're sitting in the proper position, that is going to help. Let me be sure that Uncle Joshua is able to join in. Just give me a moment. Okay, guys, looks like Uncle Joshua is having some tech issues. Let me try and carry on with this, and then if he joins in, I'll step aside for him to continue. Okay. All right. We're supposed to be taking speeches from some persons. Those of us that are supposed to do speeches, are we ready? Are we even ready for our speech? Okay, David is ready. Who else is ready? I want to check. I want to check the note I posted earlier. Umini, are you here? Okay, I can see you. Okay, Abolade is here. Isabel, are you here? Is Isabel on the call? Just raise your hand. I know you cannot speak. Let me. If you raise your hand, I can unmute. Is Isabel on the call? All right, Isabel is on the call. David is on the call as well. David, basically, are you here? I know David and John is here. All right, David is here. David Steven Go, are you here? Okay, I can see you. Matilda, are you on the call? Okay, I can see Matilda. I can see Matilda and Mommy.
Yeah.
Matilda. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Just raise your hand. Uncle Joshua, where are you? Raise your hand so I can unmute you. I even need to make you co-host here. Okay. All right, guys. This is the Uncle Joshua. You have been hearing his voice during the morning devotions. Uncle Joshua is here in the live.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, guys, friends. Oh, yes. Some of you are seeing me for the very first time. Good to see you too, even though I've been seeing you guys from backstage. All right. All right. So good evening, everybody again. Mommies and daddies in the house, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yes, you're all welcome to the 360 Success Bootcamp Graduation. Yes, everybody's excited. It has been an awesome 4 weeks, you guys. Impactful 4 weeks. And every one of us can testify that it has been an awesome experience. For me particularly, it has been an experience. I've got to learn a lot from you guys during the devotion, especially for those who usually contribute. All right, this is the 360 Success Bootcamp Graduation tagged T.H.R.I.V.E. I know a lot of us have been wondering, T.H.R.I.V.E, it is written, all right? Okay, T.H.R.I.V.E simply means training highly resourceful individuals with value and excellence. That is the tag name for this Success Bootcamp. And this bootcamp is brought your way by TSA. TSA means Teen Success Academy. Teen Success Academy is a coaching outfit that is set out to equip young people, with tools they need for personal discovery, for confidence, and for success. Everybody needs to be well built, and that is the sole aim of TSA. All right, so TSA is an arm that focuses on raising teenagers that are well built 360 wise from all aspects of life, all facets of life. You're well built, talking about academic success, talking about mental health, talking about your spirituality, and also talk about emotion wise. TSA is out there to build you in all these aspects. All right, we're so grateful to have every one of you on board, mom and dad, and my dear friends, everyone who has been with us for the past 4 weeks. You're welcome once again. We're glad to have you here. And I want to assure you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We have a pack full of packages for every one of you. Stay with us, and we trust that this relationship that we have started it's not just going to get better, but it's going to be more than better. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for trusting us with your children. And every one of us here, thank you so much for trusting us with your life. That means your time. Time, of course, is life. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your graduation ceremony. Thank you so much. Uncle D, thank you.
All righty. Some persons are chatting me privately and they're saying they cannot hear me. Let me confirm again that everybody can hear. Guys, if you can hear me, go to the chat section and type yes, yes, yes. Cheesy says she cannot hear me. I don't know why that is happening. Cheesy, you can see. Some of other persons are saying they can hear. So I think there's a problem with your connection. Check the device you're using. Check your network and see what the challenge might be. Other persons can hear me. Okay. So while we are trying to start out, we're going to continue. So I call you out for presentation. We can't take everybody's presentation because of the amount of time we have on our hands. So I'm hoping that the 5 of you, or how many persons here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. I'm hoping that if you're ready, you're going to take maximum 2 minutes, so that we're looking to give this section like 10 minutes of the event tonight. So in 10 minutes, you should be done, every one of you. So I give you 1 minute, but at the most, you take 2 minutes. If I call you and you're not ready, we'll have to move on to another person. The first on the list is Fumini Ogunfowora. Are you here? Raise your hand and I will unmute you to present your speech. Okay, I can see you. All right, so go for it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fumini Ogunfowora, and I'm 12 years old. And I am in GSS2. My mission is to become an entrepreneur because I want to bring solutions to problems by making things that no one has thought of. My personal values are godliness, peacefulness, responsibility, obedience, and intelligence. My lessons from this bootcamp is to never be shy and never procrastinate, because it finds a way of coming back to you.
Yeah.
And my affirmation is that I declare that I'm a tree planted by the river.
Sorry.
And my commitment to this bootcamp is that I will always be bold. I'll always find joy in what I do. I'll always be cheerful, and I'll always be forgiving. Thank you.
Awesome. Guys, can you clap your hands together? That was sweet. Okay, I'm going to meet everybody.
Fumini, that was impacting. Thank you. God bless you. That affirmation. Thank you.
Next on the list will be Aboladi. Aboladi, I raise your hand so that I can unmute you. When you are muted, just raise your hand so I can spotlight you. Aboladi, okay. All right, go for it, Aboladi.
Everything is big.
We can't hear you.
She's muted.
You're muted. Abolade, you're muted. Abolade, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Thank
All
you,
right.
guys. It's working now.
The window, my window will move down.
So can you
All
hear
right,
me?
give me.
Back up.
Speak again, let's be sure that we can hear you.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so hi, hello. My name is Abolade Oyedele, and I'm 16 years old. I'm about to enter my 100th level in the university. My mission in this life is to become a light in my generation because I want people to know the truth and be inspired to live by ourselves. My personal values are spirituality, which is God and my faith, justice, love, success, and humility. The things I took away from this boot camp was how to set smart goals, meaning how to set smart goals, how to effectively and efficiently manage my time, how to design and create flyers, banners, and more for different purposes, how to build my self-esteem, and how to always work towards my life goals one day at a time. My affirmation is I declare that I am satisfied and content with who I am because the character and abilities of God is at work in me. I can improve myself in any area of my life, and I will constantly learn new things in order to develop myself. So, my new commitments after this training will be to continuously wake up by 5 a.m., to spend my quiet time with God, to quietly work towards my goal without letting any unnecessary people know. I will also get to understand myself more and better and use that understanding to plan my activities for a day, a month, a year, and entirely my whole life. And the last thing I would do is to be confident with my choices and with my decisions. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, guys. Let's celebrate Abolade.
Abolade is my mathematician in this bootcamp. We're going to continue our math solutions after the bootcamp.
It's easy for somebody to clap.
Thank you. Isabel, are you
Daddy, your
here?
finger
Raise your
could
hand
be
so I can see.
Isabel,
Yes, sir.
raise your hand. I cannot see you. I can hear you, but I cannot see you. All right, great, great. So that I will spotlight you right here. Okay, go ahead. Are you unmuted? Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Isabel Ojo. I am 11 years old and I am in year 8. My mission is to be an artist and an IT personnel. I want to be an artist to show people the true meaning of art and how internet can be used for good, because some people make a bad name out of the internet. My personal values are trust and faith in God, honesty, creativity, accountability, and self-discipline. Lessons learned from the bootcamp. Some of the lessons I learned include how to wake up and pray to God first thing in the morning, how to use my time wisely. I learned more about my personality, and I learned the use of affirmations. My affirmation is, I declare that I, Isabella Joe, am strong, and with God on my side, I can do all things. My commitment. After this training, I make the following commitments. 1, to create and follow a schedule. 2, to use my study skills. 3, I will wake up early and pray to God. 4, to observe time management and use my time wisely, because time spent can never be recovered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, can we jam our hands together for her? That was awesome. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Isabel. For those that are on our YouTube channel, it's important to let you know that these speeches were prepared by everyone that is reading their speech by themselves. So this is impressive because that's what everybody learned, and we're making commitments about the things that we are going to take away from this. Okay, I need to see a few persons just before we
I bet
continue.
told you she's not in Nigeria.
I need to meet a few persons just before we continue. Okay. All right. Who's next? David Ibiezube. Raise your hand so that I can spotlight your video. Raise your hand, David. David, I need your video turned on. Awesome. Okay.
It's a great privilege and a high honor to have this opportunity to participate in this bootcamp, in this 360 bootcamp. I thank my parents and I thank the organizers and I thank Coach Chidoze for helping me develop myself. So, hi, my name is David Ibiazobe. I am 11 years old and I am in grade 6. And I want to be a doctor, so when I grow up, I can start saving lives. My personal values are faith in God, respect, and to be diligent, resilience, and honesty. Some of the lessons I learned from this 360 summer bootcamp was about puberty. I learned about study skills, about public speaking, and about social media. And also, after this training, I will start committing to making a to-do list, writing a to-do list. I will be a creator and not a user of technology. I will run with the right crowd, and I'll start setting goals. And my favorite affirmation is that I declare that I shall not die but live to fulfill my destiny. Thank you.
Can we all give a round of applause for David?
Wow, wow, wow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I'm getting interested that she's one of the youngest persons on this bootcamp.
Wow.
You see, did you hear him talk about public speaking and the fact that we need to be creators and not users
Technology.
of technology? That is so impressive. Thank you very much, David. Oh wow. We cannot exhaust all of the transformation that we have seen in this program. I think we'll have one more person. Everybody has been awesome on the bootcamp. And in case you're just joining us, everybody has been awesome. Let me speak to our audience on YouTube. Please like this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel. And also, yes, please share the link with someone. Put out this link somewhere for everybody that needs to see it. We are causing some very major transformation in the lives of young people. Who is doubting can leave. That person should stop. Can leave. Do not allow your name to be shouted that way again. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, David DPSUB. And like I was saying, everybody has been awesome. We just don't have the time to give everybody the opportunity to make their presentation. The last presentation we're going to take tonight is from Matilda. So Matilda, where are you? Raise your hand and I will spotlight you. Where is Matilda? I saw her. Okay. All right, Matilda, go for it.
My name is Matilda.
Yeah.
Daddy. I'm 12 years old and I'm in 9th grade. My life mission is to become an engineer and dancer. I want to make my world a better place through building and designing exquisite looking and safe, comfortable buildings. My personal values are discipline, determination, respect, brilliance, and honesty. The lessons I have learned from this bootcamp are that about self-esteem, savings and investments, and time management. My favorite affirmation is that I declare that with God in my side, I can do all things. And
Awesome.
I make the following commitments afterwards. I will be a responsible person. I will be emotionally mature. I will be determined, and I will always try to be optimistic.
All right, thank you very much. Jam your hands together for Matilda. Matilda, God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, there's somebody I mentioned who was quick to come around and say, I'm not asking to send his own. He's going to be the last person. I know I said Matilda, but I still think to prepare. David Stephen Go. Okay, I missed
The other David. Sorry about that. Let's take David.
Matilda, thank you. That was an awesome presentation.
I hope you
keep that up
focusing in all of the skills that we have learned.
David, where are you? David, where are you?
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it, David.
Go for it, David.
Good evening, everyone. My name is David Stephen Go, and I'm 10 years old. I am in grade 4. I'm in grade 5, I'm sorry. My life mission is to be a mathematician, a civil engineer, and a soccer player. I want to teach others math, to build things, and to get the feel of being a soccer player. My values are love for God, love for family, honesty, integrity, and family time. Lessons from the bootcamp. I learned from this bootcamp that we have a race to run, and that the crown that we're going to wear will be for the rest for eternity. I also learned about puberty, and that during puberty you can have different kinds of mood swings. I also learned that everyone has 24 hours to do anything. I make the following affirmations. I declare that I am a blessing and a solution provider to the world around me. My commitments are I'll be able to make wise decisions. I'll be a blessing to the world around me. I'll be able to control my emotions effectively, and I'll be the head and not the tail. Thank you.
Awesome, David. Awesome. Guys, let's put our hands together.
Yeah, that is just right. Like David. Both of you have been very consistent throughout this. All right, and I think that's about where we will stop for tonight on the speeches and the affirmations. I did ask us something I wanted to share here tonight. It's not available now, but if you go on the channel, all right. If you go on the channel where we shared all of the content for this bootcamp, you will see some persons that have already submitted their speeches with their images. I wish I had it ready. It's not ready for me to share on the screen right now. Let me see if I can put that up. But I wanted to have you guys. Okay, David's own is quite close. Let me see if I can put this up very quickly. Give me a moment, guys. I want to show you something. Can you all see this? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So this is the way I want you to do your speech. I'm going to send you everybody. I'm going to do your speech to you in this format. I've just sent it to about 5 persons. I'm going to create the remaining ones, and someone from the admin or myself, I'm going to send across to you. I need you to take your picture like this with your affirmation because of the next phase I'm going to be asking us to do. We're needing it for creation of our online publications and especially for publication on our website. Okay, so let us move forward. What do we have next? Bootcamp report. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that was now. Okay, so bootcamp reports. Bootcamp reports. And this section is the section where I want all of our parents to please pay attention. Please pay attention because this is where we give you feedback for what has happened in the last few weeks. Give me a moment. So in the last 4 weeks, we started this boot camp, and I promised when we were doing the parenting master class that we were going to share a report for all of the parents to see what we have. Kindly confirm again that you can see my screen.
So we can see you.
Okay.
Your
So,
screen.
Can see your screen.
all
We
right,
can
thank
see
you.
your screen.
Thank you. Thank you. So like Uncle Joshua said, 360 Success Bootcamp was brought to you or is brought to you by the Teen Success Act.
Coach, we can't hear you.
Sachin, we can't hear you. I can't hear you, sir. Hello.
No, Doctor. Say where he is far. Is out.
Oh.
Can I do it with you? Can you do it? Yes, but if we load more. Can you do it? Have been motivated. Yes, I think I can. I like the challenge since children.
All right, guys. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're having a bit of
Sir.
okay. We're having a bit of network challenge, so we needed to switch network. Okay. So before Uncle D comes back on, it is so interesting to see what you guys made out of the devotion we had. For every affirmation you hear them say, it's part of what we've studied. For every commitment you hear them say they will do, it's part of the Bible passage we've read from, part of what we discussed that we're going to do as our life plan, as our goal. And it's so exciting for me. To an extent, I think I'm getting emotional to hear what these guys are making out of it. So awesome. So awesome. Sometimes I just wish at this level I had persons who will bring so much of this to my knowledge. But that notwithstanding, that is why we're here, to share a bit of what we have learned to this generation. They have a lot to do in this dispensation, and that is why a lot of things are expected of them to learn. All right, so guys, keep it up. Keep true to your affirmation. It may not really look easy from the start. It may look, you may not really be consistent with it, but I tell you, take it a step at a time. If you need help, look for somebody you can be accountable to. Speak to the person to always wake you up. For those of us that wants to always be up by 5, to always keep up the devotion. For everyone you need to do that requires always remind you, ask you questions, be accountable, okay, and you will see yourself achieving great heights. All right, I think Uncle D is back. Uncle D. Okay.
Okay, guys. Yes, I'm back.
All right, all right.
I'm still trying to. I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to be sure that I am actually back. Wait a few moments. Maybe this way, I don't know if you can do what I'm asking you to do. I have just sent you a message while I'm trying to get in touch with my tech people to see if they can help me put a stop to this permanently. I don't want to be thrown out of this call again. All right. Thank you, David. Okay, I'll need to be sure that the other channel is off. Okay. All right. We are back up. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for that. That is out of my immediate control. Okay. Please again confirm that you can see my screen. We were.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
So I was saying that the theme for the bootcamp is thrive. And, thrive, though an English word, which means to succeed, not just survive, but to make effort at the highest level and succeed at a very impactful level. But we converted that to an acronym. So for us, thrive means training highly resourceful individuals with value and excellence. The idea is that we want to give you resources. Give me a moment. I will need to. Yes. Uncle Josh, I need your help with muting people now. And somebody wants to go to the waiting room. Should I call your name? You know what you are doing. If I call your name, I will put you in the waiting room. So please stop. Uncle Joshua, help me. I need to mute everybody while I continue. Okay. So we don't want to just, we didn't come here to just run a boot camp. The boot camp was supposed to impact you with resources. So we were focusing on giving you resources, giving you value, and giving you excellence. And that's a summary of what we did in the last 1 month, around 28 days now. So here we go. Confirm that my screen is moving. Okay. So about the bootcamp, the bootcamp was named 360 Success Bootcamp. Of course, 360 like 360 degrees. 360 Success Bootcamp, because what we sought to do was to equip young people with tools that aid success in all the essential areas of their lives. I think Uncle Joshua has touched some of these things, so I'm going to skip a bit of that. Our aim is to train the heart. So when we talk about values, we are training the heart of the child, the heart of the individual. We also aim to train the head, and that's where we impact thinking skills, the skills that make for critical thinking, the skills that make for articulation and presentation of thoughts in very clear manner. If you see some of the persons that have made presentations here tonight, you would attest to the fact that we have tried to do that, helping young people to not just think, but think and articulate their thoughts and communicate those thoughts both in writing and in speech. And then we also sought to train the hands So we're training the head, the heart, and the hands. The hands with vocational skills. We did a number of skills training in the bootcamp in the last 3 weeks. So this is what informed the theme of the bootcamp as Thrive. Again, I talk about Thrive, training highly resourceful individuals with value and excellence. This we did via the courses and master classes that we delivered during the bootcamp. Okay, I don't want to get over myself, so we cannot claim to have done 100% job. We do believe, however, that we have ignited in the hearts and minds of your kids the passion and hunger to pursue development in these areas wherein they have received training. 4 things we did, or 4 focus areas for this bootcamp. If you can see my screen: self-leadership, emotional intelligence, financial intelligence, and then academic success. I think that every leadership begins with personal leadership. I'm passionate about national transformation and social transformation, but none of those things can happen without personal transformation. So at the place of self-leadership, we were able to talk about things like self-esteem and the importance of that. We did values training and how it is important for us to imbibe and cultivate different kinds of values, core values in our lives as we go further to become healthy adults and responsible individuals in our society. Then we had a lot of time to do what's it called now, goal setting. We had a lot of time to do goal setting. In fact, we had one session on goal setting, and we did a vision board party to help, well, not a party, but we did a vision board session to help us, design our vision boards, to help us drive in that subject of goal setting, so young people understand what it means to set and develop their goals, and also to work towards achieving those goals. The second focus of this bootcamp was about emotional intelligence, which I think is the biggest. I think is the top 5 skills that every young person needs to become responsible, to become healthy individuals or healthy adults. So we dealt with issues about sex education. We spent so much time dealing with relationships and peer pressure. We also did spend a lot of time talking about the use of social media. In fact, that was one of the longest sessions we had in this bootcamp, the use of social media, because the young people we are training are digital natives. And so it's important for us to give them the skills to succeed in the social media space. I cannot begin to go over all that was discussed in that session. It took about 3 days for us to cover the social media subject and everything around technology. Like I said, we may not have done 100% job, but we have set the ball rolling, and we have ignited the passion and the desire, the hunger in the hearts of everyone that has participated to continue to pursue knowledge and excellence in this regard. Then financial intelligence comes next. I always say, if you listen to me, whatever you teach your child in these times, please teach them how to make money and how to keep money. It's easier to make money than to keep it. So essentially, we focused on helping young people to understand how to keep money and how to grow their money over time, because the earlier you start, the better it is for each and every one of us. Then lastly, we talked about academic success, which is the week we are just rounding up with. We did a lot of talk on study skills, time management, understanding their learning styles, and how they assimilate and imbibe information. So this is an overview of what we did in the last 4 weeks. Of course, not all of it. And let me use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to those speakers you see on your screen, beginning with Chichi Umesaka, all the way from Abia State, Nigeria, Uncle Ebuka from Abuja, Coach Obo from Lagos, even though most of them were outside of the country when they were talking to us, but I'm just referring to them with their bases. And thank you to Coach Joy. We have 2 Joys in the bootcamp, Joy Essien and Joy Ebuchi. So thank you very much. This is me saying thank you to all of our facilitators. We also had some other special sessions. The parenting masterclass was anchored by the one and only Coach Wendy. So this is me also saying thank you to her for coming on board for being there to help us as parents to understand the concepts that we're discussing, because we cannot just empower the kids without empowering their sponsors and the people who are their most available caretakers and caregivers. So thank you to Coach Wendy. Thank you to all the parents that participated in that masterclass. In fact, we did say that if you're a parent and you did not participate in the masterclass, you might not, your child might not be getting the certificate at the end of this class. We'll kind of find a way to make up for that. Just stay through to the end, and I'll talk about that also. Graphics design is a skill set that we trained on. We had a whole day session. I wish I can share some of the graphics that the kids did after a one-day training in the camp, and it was such an amazing time, because I think that if they continue like that, then they can perfect their skills. Uncle Joshua was saying at the start of this bootcamp that a lot of us adults did not have these opportunities while we were growing up. I remember having to teach myself graphic designs, and when I see what these guys are doing at age 9, 10, 12, you know, it's such an amazing thing. Of course, you can attest to the public speaking skills, the confidence that we have tried to build in the young people that came for this bootcamp. So we had a session on public speaking, and we also had a session on web design. So we had the children go through basic web design so that they can be able to set up. And then, like I said, they will grow their skills in these areas over time with practice. So I want to share a few observations from the bootcamp, and this is interesting. We had 53 registered participants, even though with all the other additions we had more than that number, but my concern was with the 53 registered participants. Out of that number, 64% of that number were active, 36% were not active. I think the math is about 34 and 19. The inactive persons were, for some of them were inactive for legitimate reasons. We realized that some persons registered for the bootcamp and also had their external exams because of the mix-up in the school timetables as an aftermath of COVID-19 and all of what happened in 2020. Some schools have not been able to regularize their timing. So for that reason, some persons were unavoidably inactive. And we have also scheduled a makeup session for those that were unavoidably inactive from the sessions. So we had 36% of them. Of course, there were those who were just inactive for whatever reasons unknown to us, but 64% of the registered participants were fully active throughout the sessions in this bootcamp. On the right of my screen, you're going to see where I broke down what I call performance issues. We have said that about 46% of the participants, of the active participants, showed excellent performance. 17% of them had some issues with self-regulation. Another 17% had some issues with time management, and some 20% of that number have issues with self-confidence. Also important to note is that everybody outside of, on the other half, the 2017 and the other 17 also had issues with self-confidence, but these are particular things that we noted on some individuals, particularly in the course of the last 4 weeks. So total number 53 active participants, 34 inactive participants, 19 peak attendance 45. I'm glad that we are about 47 on this call today. The peak attendance we have had throughout this bootcamp was 45 participants. And then peak attendance at our morning devotion. So we're having morning devotions every day throughout the last 28 days. I don't know how that number tallied. Okay, so the peak attendance at the morning devotion is 28 persons actually. All right, and like I said, that is about participation. Now let me explain this breakdown here. What do we mean when we say that 46% of the participants were active? It means that this category performed very well for their age. However, they will need to keep improving on their areas of strength. This is very important because they will need to keep working, they will need to keep improving, identifying their strength and maintaining those strengths. I always teach that it's not so important to focus on weaknesses. What we need to do is to improve on the strengths and maximize them, and then use accountability opportunities to maximize those potentials. accountability opportunity is very, very important. The accountability might be from parents, it might be from coaches, it might be from spiritual leaders, class teachers, and all of that. But they will need that in order to maximize the potentials that we have identified in them. Now, let me talk about those that had issues with self-regulation. So self-regulation is a component of emotional intelligence. It is one of the most important competencies every young person should have. I think on the global employability scale, it is number 4 of the skill that employers are looking for now in the workplace. So this is not just about teenagers and young people, it's about everybody. It's about parents, it's about, you know, workers, employees, employers, and everybody. Okay, it is fundamental for emotional, mental, and physical health. So if people that have self-regulation issues will manifest issues if this is not taken care of in all these other areas that we have mentioned. It contributes to academic and socio-economic success. If you have followed us for a while, you know that we are big on statistics, but this is not the time to talk about the statistics about self-regulation. I just hope that what we are sharing tonight will pass across what we have in our heart to share with the parents and with any other person that is joining this call, especially for our YouTube audience. Our assessment showed about 17% of active participants lacking in this skill. 17%, I don't know how many that would be, but we can do the math later. But 17% of active participants were lacking in self-regulation skills. So how does this manifest? People who are unable to concentrate in class, you have to call somebody's name 10 times before they show up. Or those who are very distracted, you know what I'm saying? Everybody turn on your videos. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because when the videos are on, then I can know what the students are doing. I can know who is in class and who just logged in on Zoom and is playing Sudoku somewhere. And what, you know, I'm just saying. So in addition to this, a few of the students showed serious problems with concentration. You know, these self-regulation issues, there will be degrees to it. Some are more serious than the others. We are live, and I'm not sure we have the time to take personal reviews, but some persons did show some very serious problems with concentration and focus going through the sessions that we have had in the last 4 weeks. Then another 17% we observed had a problem with time management. Now, let me be clear, for the purpose of this assessment, we were looking at punctuality with attendance. We were looking at those that turned in their assignments on time. We're looking at those that completed their tasks even while in class. And so a few persons have very serious issues with time management. Students with good time management skills tend to be more independent and have greater personal leadership. So that session on personal leadership actually revealed a lot in this aspect to us dealing with the young people. And of course, we saw a lot of persons make great improvements. When we started with morning devotions, for instance, very few persons would drag their feet to come in. Some persons came in late or while we're rounding up. But you know, towards the end of the boot camp, we started seeing a lot of turnout, a lot of punctuality, and all of that. So my advice is that with continued support and, like I said, accountability, these young persons are going to improve on these areas where they have experienced some weaknesses. The next is about self-confidence. Like I said, and I'm glad this is highlighted in this particular slide, it is important to note that this is an issue for almost 54% of the entire class. But this 17% particularly, we narrowed the observation to only 17% whose lack of confidence were more pronounced than the others. 54% of participants had issues with self-confidence. 17% are the ones that were pronounced, and those are the ones we are interested in highlighting. So I think that every other person should, you know, try to focus on this area for young people. Uncle Joshua, help me. Somebody's mic has been unmuted. All right, thank you. So students in this category showed low or no contribution, even when present in class. So you remember we said that some persons were actively participating. It means they came to class, they sat down, they listened to the classes, but they would not participate. And if you were privileged to see what we did with the learning styles, we taught them different learning styles, and we try to engage these different learning styles in the delivery of our sessions. We use voice chats, we use video calls on Zoom, we use text on Telegram, and different kind of approaches to deliver the courses. But we notice this pattern, and that's why we said they are very pronounced. These ones that even when you have mixed all of these styles of delivery, they still had issues with contribution and flowing and interacting with the rest of the team. We did think that that was very pronounced. We observed an extreme case, and this is not very many. I think it's just one or two. An extreme case of some child that, from the interactions that they made, from the questions that they asked, we still need to make some probe to be sure that they are not victims of abuse and bullying. And these are the only cases I'm going to refer directly to the parents. I'm going to speak to the parents that I observed this. I think there are about two of them. One from the breakout session that we did with on the sex education, the emotional intelligence class. We had a breakout section, and some of the things that, in fact, it was one of the guest coaches that highlighted this for me, because I was not in the section for the females, in the breakout section for the females. And then there's another chap that we noticed from some of the conversations we were having. I think there might have been a case of bullying, maybe from school or something, but I will speak to the particular parents who are involved with this. So if I don't get across to you, just know that it's not your child. But the general observation is what we have shared. We have any more? Yes. So let me talk about the morning devotions. Though this particular thing was not included, it was not part of the regular sessions for this bootcamp, and it was for good reason, out of respect for the religious diversity that exists in our audience. We have some religious diversity in our audience, so we didn't make the morning devotions a very compulsory aspect of it. It wasn't in the regular sessions. And you can see that we did have a lot of turnout. About 28 persons turned out for those sessions. Very, very important. Our morning devotions became one of the highlights or high points of the 360 Success Bootcamp. We believe that the spiritual development of the 21st century young person is paramount to their success in any field that they find themselves. There is, oh wow, that's interesting. We have about 52 persons on the Zoom call right now. I don't know how many we have on YouTube. If somebody can help me check. Thank you guys for coming on board. Thank you everyone that is watching. If you're on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with everyone in your contact so that we can continue to spread the news that we have going here. All right, so I was saying that we believe that the spiritual development of the 21st century young person is paramount to their success in any field where they find themselves. And now there is a research backing this. Some professor from Stanford University actually did a research in 2018, and they found that the most religious young people, adolescents, were the most performing in academics. It's important to note that they were not studying one particular religion. They were studying all the religions across board. What they found was that the most religious adolescents were the most performing in class and in their academics. I have to highlight that to say that if we're able to pass this value down to this next generation, it will be something very critical for us and for every parent here. So we use that as a tool to help improve issues with time management, waking up on time, coming to pray, talking to God, of course, improving spirituality and devotion to God. Prayers. At some point, it was the teenagers anchoring their devotion sessions. We were just there to guide the study, the affirmations, and all of that. During these sessions, we had more time to focus on building self-esteem, self-confidence. We use Bible teachings, we use Bible affirmations to build all of these things. So the morning devotions also allowed us to interact in a more informal way. Yes, so while the class was structured to be informal, the morning devotions were more informal. Of course, when you come into the morning devotion and you are still yawning, and you are still sleeping and falling asleep and waking up and all of that, it allowed us to be very informal. It allowed us to relate more. It allowed us to ask more questions. We started having some very deep conversations in the morning devotion, such that the initial schedule for morning devotions went from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, we went from 45 minutes to 1 hour. And I think as at yesterday and today, we had almost an hour, 30 minutes during the morning devotions. And it's important, there's some parent I'm going to reach out to. Some of the questions that these young people are asking about their faith, about the Bible, is something that I hope that parents are prepared to answer. I do hope that parents are prepared to answer. You're not going to keep telling this story about Jonah swallowed the fish and the fish swallowed Jonah if you're not going to answer the questions that younger people have in their generation. So I do hope that we will take this seriously. That's why I highlighted it in the slide here tonight. I'm hoping that I have not forgotten something that I need to say. But let's move on. Recommendations. So after all of these observations, excellent, self-regulation, time management, self-confidence, morning devotions, what do we recommend? Number one, I recommend parenting. I borrowed the quote from Coach Wendy, and she's always saying, parenting is about you. As parents, we need to go on to find development, get knowledge, improve ourselves, seek knowledge in the area of parenting, build connections with your kids. Some of the changes that we have achieved in the last 1 month came simply by building connections. The fact that a child could reach out at any time, ask any question, not be judged, and all of those things were very, very important aspects of the bootcamp. So build connections, and of course, get help. Get help. Nobody can do it alone. The African proverb that says that it takes a village to raise a child stands true. It takes a village to raise a child. Get help from coaches, get help from mentors, get help from schools, get help from spiritual leaders in church, get help from, people that have value and wisdom and excellence that is required to raise a 21st century young person. Get help. Okay, the second thing I recommend is the offers we're making. So I'm making 2 offers in this presentation tonight. I'm offering private coaching and I'm offering group coaching. I'll explain the private coaching. If you register for our private coaching sessions, you're going to get a free discovery session. It's free because it's not part of the actual structure. In that discovery session, we get to ask a lot of questions and we get to send your child for some professional tests where they come back with results that help us to give them the kind of coaching that they require. And so the coaching is going to be one-on-one, bespoke. Like the word bespoke, because it's tailored to the needs of the child. It's different from the general coaching structure where, of course, you follow through with what we have put together. On the private coaching, we can find some very peculiar needs of the child and we are able to attend to it. And of course, everybody on the private coaching program has access to the group coaching program as well. So whenever we're having a group coaching session, those from the private sessions also get the opportunity to join in, and they have unlimited access and accountability with me and every other person on the team. Some persons on this call have been on our private coaching before, and you will attest to the fact that we don't charge 50K for private coaching. If there's something that is faded on my screen, I don't know whether it's clear. It faded beside that 50K. There's 90K there, and that's the actual price for our private coaching. 90,000 is for about 3 months. Like I said, it's bespoke, it's everything. But this 50,000 naira, if you sign up for the private coaching at this amount, it will be for the rest of the year 2021. So we're going to engage with your child from now down to the end of the year when the festivities begin in December. So yes, that's what I have for you if you want to sign up for the private. I think somebody wrote me a DM, a few parents wrote me a DM tonight while we were doing the reviews on WhatsApp, and I said I was going to share this. So here it is. If you're interested in it, please take it up tonight. The group coaching offer, of course, I want to continue to have relationship with the kids that we have had here tonight for the rest of the year. Again, it will go for 20K for the rest of the year from now until December. General structured mentoring. I'm going to meet with you once a week, at the least. It's ideally supposed to be once a week, but I know that a few persons don't get to show up every week because the schools are going to be resuming, so but there will be opportunities for us to meet once a week, and then we're going to do a general review at the end of the month so that we can keep following up and knowing what we're doing. But that will be in a group setting like we have on this call tonight. So everybody comes into the session and everybody makes interactions, relationships, and for the rest of the year that we go for 20K. I do want to also say that if you're taking up this offer, please, you will need to do that between now and the end of the month, or max by the first week of September, because we will kick off all of this coaching again in the second week of September. Some persons have put their private coaching on hold and they're going to commence in the second week of September. And the group coaching also will commence in the second week of September after we have tidied up with all of these bootcamp activities and rested for a while. We come back with those activities. The final recommendation I want to make is for spiritual development. I have said it before that those who are very spiritually inclined also seem to perform better. This is a fact, spiritual truth, scientific fact. You know, I cannot even gainsay it, but it's just there. We teach personal devotion. We teach personal devotion. So in spiritual development, encourage your child to learn personal devotion to God. Encourage your child to learn personal devotion to God. Okay, and then guided. Sorry, give me a moment. I need to check something. Okay, personal and family devotion is also very important as a recommendation that I'm sharing with us. Personal and family devotion, guided Bible study. Guided Bible study. We do have a structure for guided Bible study in the academy, and we do that. We're working with an organization. We're partnering with an organization. In fact, that organization sent us some of their teenagers in this bootcamp to mentor for 1 month. So we have that structure also for guided Bible study, so that for those that want to come into the private coaching or the group coaching and you want to take advantage of that, we will make that opportunity available for everyone. And then I want to encourage that as parents and leaders that we model, you know, the ideal spiritual leadership that these young persons can follow. I think I have said enough of what I want to say about these recommendations and my observations from the bootcamp. Thank you very much. Okay, the other slide talks about the team. So for those that are meeting me for the first time, I think most persons here actually have met me before now. And like I said, some persons are already on our private coaching platform. But if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Chedozie Eze, and I am a trained personal development coach for teenagers and young people. I'm an entrepreneur. I have experience in human resource, so I do HR. I do a bit of logistics and supply chain management. I do have a number of other small business in this area. I'm a public speaker. I train and I write. I do have a publication, a book, and some other books that are coming up before the end of the year. As an author, I have authored the game plan. The game plan is a life plan workbook for young people. I've also done my book of affirmations. So all of the affirmations we have been using for the last 1 month are actually coming from the book, my book of affirmations. And if you're interested in getting that, my book of affirmation is how much? I think it's 1,500 or 2,000 naira. If you do want to make an order at the end of this session, between now and the end of the weekend, by Monday, we'll put back the full price up. You can get that entire booklet to use with your kids. I'll give it away for 1,000 naira this weekend, just this weekend, my book of affirmations. So you can get the compilation. What we have done is just about 27. That, of course, we did 3 every day, but that book has 31. Multiply that by 3. That's about 90 or 93, if I'm not mistaken, affirmations for an entire month. And we are, of course, developing and upgrading that book over time. I'm a graduate of electrical and electronics engineering. I'm a certified professional. I've received advanced leadership certifications from a number of institutions, the Dominion Leadership Institute, and a few other ones. Okay. I have a leadership award from the Akwa State government in Nigeria. I did participate greatly in the MDGs advocacy project in that state. That was 2012 or 2013, thereabout. So I've been around for quite a while. All right. So for over 10 years, I've had experience in the non-profit sector. Yes, my focus is on youth development, communications, and leadership. I am the founder of Teen Success Academy. Should I say that again? Teen Success Academy is a coaching outfit. We equip young people with the tools for personal discovery, for self-confidence, and for achieving success. I do believe that young people should achieve success at a very young age. It's sweeter to be successful when you are young. Amen? Amen. All right, so I'm also involved in conducting seminars and trainings for young people, parents, and teachers. Of course, 360 Success Bootcamp is one of them. Thank you very much. Let me introduce you to the rest of the team. All the young persons know Uncle Joshua. Joshua Lauren Toba is an economics graduate. He's the one in charge of all the trainings that you have received in the last 1 month. He's the one designing and messing up with your timetable. Any day you wake up and your timetable change, see the man that is responsible for it is Uncle Joshua. It's not me. Auntie Grace. Auntie Grace is an English graduate from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. She's one of my latest additions on the team. Of course, she's getting ready for her NYSC. She has been the one in charge of our media. She's the one that taught the graphic design class, and all the graphics you saw flying around for this bootcamp. Grace is the one that is helping us to sort the magic out. Then Uncle Somi, the magician. Uncle Somi Njoko is the one that taught tech and social media. You guys, all the teenagers will remember him. That class was very interesting. He taught us tech and social media. He's the one that taught us on what's that course again? Web design. Yes, he's the one that took the web design class. So thank you very much, Uncle Somi. Uncle Somi is a mechanical engineer, even though he doesn't like to remember that he's a mech engineer, because he's now a software developer, an app writer, website designer, and all of that. Uncle Joshua is economics graduate. He's also a banker. So if you need money, please call Uncle Joshua. He works in the bank. You have money very well there. Auntie Grace is in the media department. So thank you very much, guys. This is me celebrating my team for being at the backstage to make sure that all of this was put together and delivered with so much value and excellence. Remember, it's Thrive. Okay, from all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. If you got any value from that session, please jam your hands together for Uncle D. Alrighty. All right. All right. I'm going to take a sip of water, and the next item on the plan for tonight is for us to take questions. I think that some parents will have questions. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'll mute everybody again, and if you have a question, parents, please just raise your hand and I can unmute you and take your question. Okay. I said we want to take some questions. If there's any parent from the observations from the report that we have shared, if there's a parent that has a question, kindly raise your digital hand and I will take your question. I've muted everybody. So if you raise your hand, I will unmute you and then you can ask your question. I can see one hand up. Let me be sure. I can see two hands up. Do we have any more people with questions? That will help us to regulate our time. But I'm going to unmute Mrs. T.H.R.I.V.E to ask her question. All right, ma'am, go for it. T.H.R.I.V.E, have you muted you?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, good evening once again. Good evening to the entire house. And thank you, coaches, for a job well done. I'm really wowed with all the presentations from the children. I'm impressed. God bless you all. And I pray that they keep up to the affirmations in Jesus' name. And 2 questions. You actually mentioned it, the review class for the kids that missed most of the classes, because 2 of my daughters missed a lot. They were writing, there were school sessions, and last week has been exams, and it's been tedious for them. And I still remember that you promised a link to one of your books, I think on habits. If I'm not mistaken, you also promised to give a list of books that we can get for the children to help them, continue, because this is not going to stop here. I wouldn't want it to end here. Let's keep this going. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. The book I mentioned, I mentioned that book. I'm trying to remember. It was part of the habits class, one of the audios that I shared. I did mention the book on habits. So if you're following me on Instagram, meanwhile, if you're not following us on Instagram, you are wrong. So my Instagram, just at Teen Success Academy NG. Teen Success Academy, TEEN SUCCESS Academy is ACADEMYNG. I'm sorry, that's a long name, but Teen Success Academy NG on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. The link to that book is on my bio. It's a free book. It's available to everybody. The link to that book is on my bio. So you can get it right away. But the plan is that in the course of the week, next week, I'm going to do an email blast to everybody, and then you get all of those details, including the book recommendations that we have for from all of the sessions. I'm going to share some recommended books that you can get. I will also give you a link for where you can buy the books, maybe for subsidized rates. So yes, that will be done. But if you want to get it before you get my emails, just please follow at Teen Success Academy NG on Instagram, and the link is on my bio.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
And then the review.
Okay, the review class. Yes. We're having a bit of conversation this afternoon. We have not decided on that. I'm going to make the announcements later tonight. It's of course between the 1st and 2nd week of September. I just want to be sure that those that are writing their exams are going to be free and they'll be done with exams by that time, and we'll fix that review class. Between the 1st and 2nd week of September, we will have that class. All right, thank you very much. Let me also mention that if you do want a personal observation on your child, now what we have shared is a general report. If you do want a personal report on your child, you will need to book a private session. I can't even begin to do that individually for everybody and start sending private emails. Or what we do is to send bulk emails and to reach everybody at a time. If you do want private and my personal observation per child, you will want to do a personal, a private session with me. Of course, because you're already here, that is going to come at a very subsidized rate. I will not announce the rate here yet, but that is going to come at a very subsidized rate. If you're interested in a personal observation for your child, send me a DM on Telegram or on WhatsApp, and I'll be able to reach out to you. Thank you. Someone else has a question. Mrs. Fortune Wani, good to see your face. Good evening, ma'am. We can't hear you. You're still muted. Unmute yourself.
All right. I really want to appreciate you.
It's perfectly fine
give
now.
Her the key. Give her.
All right. During the course of this program, we've been on transit traveling up and down. So most of the classes, we miss them. So I wanted to ask how long the Telegram group will be open so that we can have time to go. My son will have time to go through the classes again. And the web design class, I learned that it was not on the Telegram group. I don't know how true that is.
Okay, is that all your question before I begin to answer?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me also make a comment. I want to be sure. I hope it will be perfectly fine now. I know he started the bootcamp.
Yes. We actually missed the first week.
Okay.
But it's
All right,
fine
that's
now.
fine. Okay. So yes, the Telegram channel will be open for the next 2 weeks. We are going to begin shutting down by the second week of September when we have done the review session for everybody that missed. You know, it's important that last question about the people that missed, some were legitimately absent. So we're going to have that group open for the next 2 weeks. But of course, we are sending out the summary of the classes in PDF format to your email addresses. You would have received 2 weeks ago the first part of the bootcamp. By the time this class is ending, we're also going to compile for the rest of the 2 weeks and send out to your email. So you will have access to that.
Okay.
You will have access to that. I hope your question is answered.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, what about the web design, including the web design?
It's there. It's there. We sent it. Just ask him to check, but I'll go and highlight it again. It's there. It's right on the group.
All right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mrs. Musa, can I bring you up now? Yes. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. My son.
You need to speak up a bit. Your audio is low.
Okay. We also have a problem with participation because we travel. The children attended some camps in the course program. So he missed a lot of the classes, the web design too.
Okay.
So we want to know if we'll have a chance to have that class or a replay or something. And then I also want to know if the repeat of the class will just be for a week, or it will, you said it will be the first or second week, right, of September.
Yeah.
So we want to know whether it will be just for that week or it will stem for the month.
I know it's not for the month. So what we will do, is that all of your question, ma'am?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what we will do is, or what we have done is, all of the replays are available on our YouTube channel, but it is on the private section. So you will not see it on the public section of our YouTube channel. You will go to the private section and you have the links already. So just use the links, go to the private section of our YouTube, and you will see the replays for the master classes. The classes that happened on Telegram are still there. And that's the ones I said we are compiling in PDF formats and sending out. So if you check your email, you already have one of those. We're going to send the second batch by this weekend, max or latest by Monday. So you get all of those replays. And we're saying that child should take 2 weeks to review everything. Go replay it, make your notes, take down your questions. The review is that we will come on one day and take all of the questions, something you don't understand, we will go over it again. But you have 2 weeks to watch all the replays, read all the text, and catch all the voice chats. So there are voice chats, there are texts, and there are video replays. All of them are available. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, you're welcome. I see Mr. Akim Oyedele. Yes, sir, you are up now.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and good evening for the organizers.
Good evening, sir.
It's been a wonderful program. I saw it engage my children a lot, and most times I get them to recount to me what they are doing. So I see a lot of impact in the way they were actually carried along. There are people that easily get tired of this, but this kept them on even for the long span. So I say well done to the organizers for the great job we have done, and as parents we commit to also see how we help them through. So I seek to clarify, there was a comment you made, I just wanted to be sure about parents attending master class, and if they did not attend, the children will not get a certificate for it. In particular for my family, that date clashes with a major event for the family, and myself and my wife have to away. So, and it's all the event, so they will still be able to participate in that master class. So if I get you right, what you said is that the students, with all their commitment and their passion, they'll be denied certificates because the parent didn't attend the master class. I just want to see clarification on that.
Okay.
Because that will really demoralize them.
Okay. So, okay,
so
thank you for your observation.
Probably that should have been highlighted very strongly at the beginning, where we have also presented our own concern of not being able to attend. I just needed some more clarity there. Thank you.
Okay. All right, sir. Yes, we did clarify that. If you were, are you on the, okay, let's not do this. We did mention that that class was compulsory. So again, it will become part of the replays. All of them are available. What we just want is to carry parents along in what we have done. And like I did say, if you checked the report, I did say there are some persons that were unavoidably absent. We recognize that. We have made the replays available, and also we shared the links. We shared the links on that replay. Sorry, I'm trying to read some chats that are coming in. Okay, so yes, sir, that the links are available for replay. I'm going to reshare it again tonight, that you go over it again and just indicate that you have gone over those sessions. It's not necessary, or it's not compulsory that you were live on the call, especially if that was unavoidable. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that works. Please share it. We are with them all the way, except for that particular weekend that we have to travel. So
all right.
I'm following my wife has also been. So we'll listen to that and we'll let you know. Thank you.
All right, no problem. The name of the YouTube channel is Successful Teenagers with Chidozie. I'm going to put out the link again. Successful Teenagers with Chidozie. So Uncle Joshua, please make all of these notes. We're sending out the links for the replays for those that have not seen it yet, and then we're sending out the link to the YouTube channel so that people can subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube right now, kindly subscribe, like this video, so that you can get other notifications as well. I'm still checking for more questions. Please, can the review session happen before second week? They will be going back to school by second week. Okay, that's an information we are just getting now. We are going to take that into consideration as we make our schedule for the review section. All right. Can you share all the replays as a playlist to make it easier to navigate on the YouTube channel? All right, that's fine. Thank you very much. Please take note of that, Joshua, to share all the links as a playlist on YouTube so that they can just watch and go from one to the other. Okay. I'm still looking out for, oh, thank you. I see some persons clapping and sharing emojis on the chat section. Thank you very much. Okay, somebody said we need to have a talk about this private coaching. Okay, that's fine, ma'am. Please, Zoom chat will go off once the call goes off. So please send me a DM on WhatsApp so that I can follow up with you for private coaching, for group coaching, whatever kind of follow-up that you need. Please send me a DM on WhatsApp or Telegram or Instagram, wherever you find me. Send me a DM that you're from the bootcamp and you want us to continue to do either a private coaching, because if you're not from the bootcamp, the private coaching fees are very different. And of course, the group coaching fees are very different. We actually bill for a monthly coaching experience, but because of this bootcamp, we have lumped up the rest of the year into one package. And we're delivering it as one. Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Instagram in that regard. Thank you very much for everyone that is asking those questions. We need that thing. We need. Okay, I think I have one more question. Mrs. Ijoma, please ask your question now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Coach Edozie. Good evening, parents and children. Thank you for a wonderful session and a wonderful month.
Your audio has gone on.
My audio?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. My question is concerning the PDF you said you sent to the emails. I didn't get those. So, but I wanted to know if what we have on Telegram, is that the PDF you were talking about? Then I also observed that one of the classes was not on Zoom. One of the classes was not on Zoom because I went to check later. I think it's the graphic design class also wasn't on Zoom. So there was no live streaming. I don't know if I'm correct.
But if I hear you correctly, you're talking about the PDF files. The PDF files, the ones that I'm certain we have sent is for the first 2 weeks. It's the same thing on Telegram, but I know that some persons will have issues scrolling through Telegram to know where to start and where to finish. In fact, we're having that issue as at this morning with people submitting assignments, knowing where to submit and all of that. But every of those classes is still there on Telegram. What we did was to compile the notes and save it as a PDF document, which we posted back into the group. But for convenience sake, we sent it out to your emails. So
okay, I'm saying I didn't get the email. I didn't get the email. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I will confirm that, but please check because some persons during the registration said they didn't get email, and I asked them to go and search. If you can search your emails for Success Bootcamp, see whether it's there. But I will confirm on my end to be sure that it was sent to you. Let me check the emails that you used to register and all of that. I will confirm that it was sent. Just help me also to check on your end if it was sent. Maybe do a reply, and I will know that you have seen it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, ma'am. Then for the replays on Zoom, I don't recall that there is any Zoom session that was not streamed on YouTube. I will need to check. But the instruction I left with the tech guys is for all the Zoom sessions to be streamed to YouTube so that it will save us data of downloading, uploading, and all of those things. So if I send you a record, because the Zoom files are usually bulkier than the YouTube recordings. So, but if it is not on YouTube, I will send you the Zoom files because we recorded on Zoom and we streamed out to YouTube so that it can be easy for people to link up with it. I will check, like someone has suggested that we make a playlist. We'll compile the playlist for all the Zoom sessions that are on YouTube and we'll send it out to you. And if there's anyone that is for any reason not there, of course, we'll make that available as well.
All right, thank you.
All right, ma'am, thank you very much. Thank you. I can't see any more hands. I think that will be all for the question session. And thank you very much for your time, parents. Okay, I can see Amarachi Chidi. Amarachi, go for your question.
Sir, I have a question.
Sure.
Please, what's the name of the YouTube channel again?
Successful Teenagers with Chidozie. I will send the link.
Okay, thank you.
Let me put a link for it right now in the chat area. /bit.ly/TSA-TV. That is the link. Try it out now, and you'll be able to connect, subscribe, or go to, it's everywhere. You are on the group. It's on the group. It's on WhatsApp. I have shared it. So once you touch any of the links, just in case this one does not work, you have the links on the Telegram channel. Thank you very much, Amarachi. Do we have Mrs. Chinyere again? Okay.
Yeah, just very quickly. I also appreciate you resend the email because I didn't get. Thank you.
All right, man. All right, not a problem. No problem. No problem. Okay, so Uncle Joshua, what is the next thing we have to do? All right, certificate. Well, our time is fast spent. Far spent. I'll just show you this. The certificates we will send out. We'll find time to send this out. What is left here? You can. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen. Okay, I'll just share my screen for a moment, so that you can see certificates. Yep. Okay, so here we go. We'll send this out once they are signed. I've not had the opportunity to put my signature and the other signature there for your certificates. So they are all ready. We'll send it out once they are done, and you'll be able to get it also. What else do we have to say? I think that's about that. My closing charge. Okay, so if there are no other questions, I'm going to just put out something again that I wanted to say to us. First to the parents, and then secondly or lastly to the young people. Thank you very much, guys, for your time tonight. Thank you. I know that I'm keeping a few, I see a few persons rubbing their eyes. Thank you for staying up here. I just wanted to show something to our parents. Okay, this screen here, these speeches. Okay, for those that presented their speech, you would have received some of these. Some persons have not received it. I'm sending out these speeches like this. It's just in one page. This is Fumini, Abolade, Isabel, David. I'm going to send out all of these to your emails. So you find the one that applies to you. I'm talking to the parents now. Find the one that applies to the child, and please print it out for them. Print it out for them. And I will need them to do a picture. Let me see if that thing I shared earlier on is still here. I'll need them to take a snapshot like this for us. This is David with his phone. He has taken a snapshot for two reasons, and I will explain very quickly. First of all, this is for memory's sake. For those of us that are familiar with our Bible stories, there were two rivers that were divided in scripture. The first one was the Red Sea, and the second one was the Jordan River. When they crossed the Jordan River, there was an instruction they had for everyone to pick up a stone. And the reason why they needed to pick up that stone is that for every time your child asks you, Daddy, why do you have this stone in the house? You will remind them that it was that time that God separated the River Jordan and allowed the children of Israel to cross. I like to keep memorials, and I think that it helps young people to make connections emotionally to events, so that if they have these things printed out, not just will they be able to make connections to it emotionally, it will also form as an accountability document for them. So if someone begins to forget what they are doing or begins to fall out of line, that person wants to be reminded or needs to be reminded, these are the commitments I made to myself, and I want to keep holding myself accountable to this commitment. So that is why I'm sharing this. I'm saying that I will send it out to everybody, print it out for your kid, let them take this picture, let them frame that speech or something, put it on somewhere in their rooms where they can see it, and then send us this picture, because we're going to also keep it on our end as a memorial too for us. So thank you very much. I hope that that works. Finally, guys, for this session, I have one more affirmation I wanted to share with you. But if you will go with me very quickly, I won't spend more than 5 minutes on this. Go with me to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13. Where are my Bible guys? I need you to read. There's someone that will tell me now I'm there, sir. Where is that person?
So, Matthew chapter what?
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13.
What? 5.
Read it from verse 13 to 16.
I'm there.
Go ahead.
Verse what? Verse what?
Verse 13 to
are the salt
16.
of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Thank you. You are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. Listen, guys, this is what I want to leave you with from this bootcamp. You are not just the light of your house. You are not just the light of your street. You are not even the light of Nigeria. You are the world, and you are the salt of the earth. Whatever it is that you have learned from this bootcamp, I need it to remain with you and for you to use it to impact your world around you and the earth. Not just the immediate worlds around you, but also the earth. Now, for the light and the salt, you will learn something about influence. Those are pictures of influence. I want you to go out and influence your world and influence the earth with everything that you have learned. Remember self-esteem. Remember assertiveness, that you have to show forth who you are wherever you find yourself. And there's something I like about salt. Salt doesn't make noise. Light doesn't make noise. You don't have to be noisy about your impact. You don't have to be noisy about your influence. There's something one of my coaches will call noiseless impact and noiseless effect. When you put salt inside your soup, it doesn't shout, oh, see me, I am salt. No, it is just there, sweetening your food or your meal. If you turn on the light in your house, I can't hear any noise from the light bulbs in your house. The light is very quiet. Yet, that is the reason I can see you and you can see me from your screen. You don't have to make noise about it. And then something else about influence. It's not about your size. You can be small. There's one pinch of salt in one whole bowl of soup, making all of the impact in that bowl of soup. It's not about size. It's not about the meat is there, the fishes are there, the vegetables are there, but the salt is so tiny, yet without it, when it is absent, you will know that it is absent. I want to leave you from this bootcamp to always remember that you are salt and you are light. It doesn't have to do with your size. It doesn't have to do with how big, how old you are, or how young you are. You are salt and you are light, and I want you to go out into your world and cause a transformation from the things that you have learned in this bootcamp. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much to all the parents. Thank you for trusting us with your kids. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are almost done. Now, as we always do it, we're going to take this affirmation. It's supposed to be the 29th affirmation in our book. But let's take it tonight. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
1, 2, go. I am a winner.
I am a winner.
I am a winner.
I can do the skills I
can
need.
test tools I need in order to
Give my best
Give my
effort.
best effort.
my best every assignment that I am given.
I need in order to win. I will give my best in every assignment I'm given.
All right. Remember, let's take that again according to Uncle Joshua. Okay, Uncle Joshua, I need somebody. Okay, let's take that again. According to Uncle Joshua will ask us to put our name there. So you put Che Dozie is a winner if your name is Che Dozie. Isaac is a winner. Isaac can access the tools he needs in order to win. And Chidozie will give his best in every assignment that is given. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's take it.
Ladi is a winner. Kumuladi can access the tools that to win. He will give his best in every assignment that is given.
In every
All
assignment
right.
that is given.
All right, guys. Jam your hands together for yourselves. It's been an amazing time. It's been an amazing time. Amazing. All right, so that